So, I'll read a poem. It's a poem that rhymes a lot because, I wanted to be a rapper at one point in my life, and but I didn't get it. I didn't get far. I only really got. I came up with a cool name. That's about as far as I got. I was very inspired by a rapper when I was a kid. You probably know who I'm talking about. C Murder.
Yeah.
All right. Well, C Murder. He's a rapper from the '90s. He's in prison now for murder. But I wanted to be one of those like intellectual rappers. Like the kind that wore glasses and posed for pictures like this. I was gonna be more. I was gonna focus more on lyrics, and I was gonna have less of a focus on on murder, and so I was gonna be called C Word. Anyways, that's my explanation as to why this poem rhymes. This is called Poetry is Like a Religion. Poetry is like a religion. We lost our freedom when we left our prison. We lost our freedom when the Holy Ghost left. Dreamboat eyes with an evil necklace. The atheist says my poems are a con, a put upon the pit boss. The whole lot of them are pissed off, pacified by pork injections, glowing like a campfire wrapped in chicken wire. Fast food workers collect change from the floor of the drive-thru on their way home, a sleeping dog dreaming of a sleeping dog dreaming. You need structure in your life. Your head lies above a funeral parlor. A lead-heavy head hallucinates, eyes like apples bobbing in a barrel. God is cat spelled backwards. 2 dogs had me cornered on my way home from work. I swung my briefcase and yelled until they left. I felt the air move that time. That briefcase was filled with old poems, and that's like a metaphor for something. That dog is cat spelled backwards came from. You ever get high with somebody and they just say something that you think is really deep, but then you find out later they're just a moron? Because I'd be like, yeah, well, I mean, morons I guess is a harsh word, but I was hanging out with this guy Steve, and he gets stoned, and he would say stuff like, "Hey man, did you ever notice that God is cat spelled backwards?" And I'd be like, "What does that mean?" I'd be thinking about that for a week, and then my friend's like, "Oh, Steve can't read, dude." By the way, I just want it to be noted that this entire time that I've been on stage, that I've been performing, I've been completely naked underneath my clothes. So it's just a kink of mine. Sometimes I like to get naked in front of people without them knowing about it. All right, before I leave, I'm going to do my impression of a 1930s man. A man from the 1930s. You guys ever watch old movies like James Cagney movies and stuff? This is my impression of a man from the 1930s returning to his neighborhood after having seen a specialist at the hospital. All right. All right. Hey, guess what, fellas? Some fancy Manhattan doctor found a big lump on my testicles. All right. Thanks, guys.